So just be careful next time. Now let's start our class. Johan,
Yes.
where are you going, Johan?
I can't find a cat.
But it's not time to play with your cat. Okay. Today we're going to discuss about properties of multiplication. Last time we discussed about multiplication, right? Can you still remember?
Yeah.
We discussed about multiplication. This time we're going to um, learn about multiplication property. So what is multiplication property? Do you have an idea?
No.
No idea. Mhm. Okay, so today we're going to learn about them, right? And all of it will come out to your exam. Okay. Huh?
Just in the module.
Yes, it's in the module. All right, so let's take a look at here. Homer makes sure he is physically fit every day. So part of his routine is to exercise daily. Every time he goes to gym, one of his warm up is to sort out boxing gloves used by his clients from the boxing area to the storage room. Based on the picture here below, how many boxing gloves does he sort out every day? So if we're going to count six six gloves, and then you have three sets, so 6 times 3 equals
18.
18, right? 6 times 3 equals 18. So this is actually one of the way and how to multiply, uh, how to do multiplication by sorting out the numbers of the objects following. So here, he stores it in 6 boxes with 3 gloves each. Sorted it out. So 3 gloves times 6 sets equals 18. If you're going to observe carefully, you have 6 gloves times 3 sets equals 18. Then you have 3 gloves times 6 sets equals 18. So what have you noticed between the two?
The other one is the 6 and the other one is the 3.
Yes.
Yeah.
What else? The
You
first
just
picture,
exchange.
you actually change, right? You interchange. You
The 6.
interchange. But
The
do they,
6.
yes?
They change. The 6 and the 3. You exchange the
Mm-mm.
6 and the 3. You
Exactly. You
exchange.
interchange the number. So do they still have the same answer, 18?
Yes.
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 Yes, they still have the same answer, right? So what you can see, as what you can see here, the number sentence 3 times 6 equals 18 is the same as 6 times 3 equals 18. So this is one of the property of multiplication. So you have the first property, which is the commutative property of multiplication. The one that we have here, this is what we call the commutative property of multiplication. So what do you mean by commutative? Can you please read this one, Zach?
This property shows that changing the order of the factories does not change the product.
Okay, so this property shows changing, just like what we had earlier, this one. 3 times 6 equals 18. 6 times 3 equals 18. So that's what we call the commutative property of multiplication. Here you have another one example. Another example you have 3 marbles times 2 rows and times 4 boxes. Okay, so 3 marbles, 2 rows, then you have 4 box equals 24 marbles, right? You're going to
Yes.
multiply 3 times 6, 3 times 2 equals, how much is it? 3 times 2, how much?
3 times 2.
Mm-mm. 3 times 2, 6. And then times 6 times, so you have 3 times 2 equals 6, right? And then you have 6 times 4 equals
20. Yes.
24. So you have 24. All right, so as what you can see, this picture here, it shows 24 marbles. Next, another one. If we're going to do the same thing, you have 4 marbles, 2 rows, and 3 boxes. So you have the same thing, 3 boxes times 2 rows times 4 marbles equals 24. So let's start with the one inside the parentheses. So let's have 2 times 4. How much is it?
4 times 4.
Yes, 2 times 4. How much?
8.
It's 8. Then you have 3. 8 times 3. How much?
34.
24.
It's 24. So if you're going to look, you have the same number and same answer, right? Same. Interchange number, but same answer, same product. Okay, so next, another one. So what you can see, we have therefore realized that they have the first picture and the second picture have the same answer, even though they were interchanged. So next, the next property we're going to discuss is what we call the associative property of multiplication. Okay, so this is associative property of multiplication. Everyone, can you please read this? What is this one?
Associative property
Of.
of multiplication.
Okay, good work. So, can you please read it to us? What do you mean by associative property of multiplication? Natalia, you're on mute.
The property shows the changing the
Mhm.
thing of the
Factors does
factor
not
does not change the problem.
product.
Uh,
Product.
product.
Mhm.
Product.
Notice
That the number settings have three factors and
parenthesis.
parentheses.
Okay, so what is parenthesis? Can you please read Sophia? Sophia, can you please read? We cannot hear you, Sophia. Mm, we can't hear you. Okay, can you just read it again? Okay, Sean, let's have Sean.
Parentheses are grouping symbols. We use them to group numbers. The operation and numbers inside the parentheses must be done first before the numbers outside.
Yes, so it is what we call the grouping symbol. It groups out the numbers. So as what you can see, this is what we call the parentheses. So based on what we have learned, it's have 3, and then it says 3 times 2, right? Times 3 equals 18. So this is what we call the parenthesis, the opening and the closing. It groups the number so that it will not be confusing. Okay, so next, let's take a look at here. Where is Johan? Johan?
Oh, I know this.
Mm.
Johan, where are you?
Johan is looking for his cat, I guess. All right, so let's just continue. Another one we have. Another example. This is the example of associative property. You have 3 times 2, and then you have 4. To solve it, you need to start with the numbers inside the parentheses, okay? Always remember to always start the number inside the parentheses. So you have 3 times 2 equals 3 times 2 equals hala. 3 times 2 equals what?
6.
Mm. I feel like only Zach is my student. Some were not answering.
I answered.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you have 3 times. So always remember, always start with the numbers inside the parentheses. So 3 times 2 equals 6. And then, followed by the number outside. So 6 times 4 equals 24.
24.
Same goes the second one. So 2 times 4 equals 8. 3 times 8 equals 24. So remember, what should we remember again?
Start calculating in the box.
No, maybe it's because of the time.
Huh? What should we remember again?
The like in the parentheses, you should always start the number there.
Okay, solve the number inside the parentheses. Okay, let me just write it down. So, number 1 is solve the numbers inside the parentheses. And then number 2, we have, what is number 2?
You times the numbers in the outside and inside.
Okay, so when you are done solving the numbers inside the parentheses, that's the time you then solve the numbers outside the parentheses. Okay?
Okay.
Right, so here. So here, another one. You have the example. 1 times 5 equals 5. 1 times 3 or 33 equals 3, right? If you have the following 1 times 1 equals 1, 1 times 2 equals 2, anything that you multiply with 1, it is always the result of itself. So that kind of property is what we call
Identity
the,
property.
yes,
Identity.
identity property of multiplication. What do you mean by identity property of multiplication?
I
It's only
Okay, so
the one
identity.
this property.
Mhm.
like
Wait. Let me call someone to read. Can you please read, Eliza? Eliza, can you please read this one?
This property shows that any number to this the that
Okay, so this property shows that any number multiplied to 1 is the number itself. This is what we call the identity property of multiplication. Always remember that. Then next, you have another one. 2 times 0 equals 0. So anything that we multiply with 0, it is always 0. So that's what we call the zero property of multiplication. What are the 4 types of property? You have
identity property, zero property of multiplication, and
mm, what else? What else?
commutative property
Commutative
of
property and
multiplication.
commutative property and
Associative
associative
property.
property. Those are the 4 types of multiplication property. So let's look at here. Let's identify the following missing number or the following types of property. So you have number 1. Can someone answer it? Number 1, what type of property is number 1?
Zero.
Huh? Yes.
Zero
This is
Zero.
zero
Zero.
property of multiplication.
did you
Next.
call Sean's name? Did you call Sean's name?
34 times 6
Okay, let's have it this way. 34 times
Associative property.
you can have 6 times
commutative.
34.
Associative property.
Yeah. Commutative property.
Okay, so you have
of
here
multiplication.
it's actually interchange. It's
Commutative
interchange.
property of multiplication.
Huh?
Commutative property of multiplication.
Is it commutative property of multiplication?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let me ask Johan. Johan, what is your answer, Johan?
I think that say the same to our answers.
Johan? Let's see if Johan is listening. Okay, Johan, what type of property is this, Johan? Number 2.
I can tell you right now.
Huh?
Because I'm too sick.
About 5.
Okay, so you have here, it's commutative property of multiplication. How about number 3? What is in number 3?
Associative property.
Associative property.
Of multiplication.
Mm-hmm.
Associative property. The other
That's number 3.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure?
yes.
Okay. Okay, next. How about number 4?
Identity property
I
of multiplication.
Teacher, why is
identity.
it only action, teacher?
Everyone can answer.
Why are
Hyron
they
can
not
answer. Eliza can answer. Natalia can answer.
Me and Zachary.
Okay, how about number 5?
number 5?
Commutative multiplication of
Okay,
multiply.
commutative. Commutative property of multiplication. Okay, so always remember, commutative property of multiplication shows that changing the order of the factors that change does not change the product. Associative, it is changing the grouping of factors does not change the product. And identity, wherein the product of any number, 1 is the number itself, and zero property shows that any product number is always 0. Okay, so do you have any questions about the property of multiplication?
Yes. Times with
What's your question? What's the question about the property of multiplication?
0. Me.
Yes, Maika, what's your question, Maika?
I want your new. Not from the kuan, it's for the LMS.
Yes, what's wrong with the LMS?
Is there something to answer?
Oh no, there's nothing to answer. You have to answer something on Friday, but not today.
Okay.
Okay?
Teacher, I have bye-bye. LMS.
Huh?
Is it the module teacher? One problem for the LMS teacher.
For for the LMS, you're going to answer the activity on Friday, not today.
Teacher,
Yes?
there's a problem in English when I answered one of the seat works there.
I'm gonna check it later.
It's like, it's wrong when you say, when the question say, I wash all my body parts and organs. It's wrong.
Okay, so no need to worry about. I'm gonna check the seat works later. Okay, so I guess that's it for today for this
Number
class.
1 is 50 times 1.
So we'll just see each other again later at 9. Mhm.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.